Thank you, Jared. We are tracking the fallout from yesterday's campaign 2016 primaries here in Rhode Island. As we broke last night at 10 and 11, a half dozen members of the General Assembly, including the House Majority Leader, lost, some of them in very close races, but some are not giving up just yet. Eyewitness News reporter Steve Nielsen joins us now live in studio with the follow-up.
Well, Mike, voter turnout was just so low last night. Many of the big races won by a margin of just a few dozen votes or less. And we've just learned that there has been 6 requests to the Board of Elections for recounts. If nothing changes, though, 6 incumbents lost their House seat last night. The first is the largest storyline. Speaker Nick Mattiello's number 2, the Majority Leader John DeSimone, lost his primary against political newcomer, school teacher Marcia Ranglin Vassell. She wins, though, by just 16 votes. DeSimone is one of those who filed a recount. So we'll see what happens there. And Warren Rep. Jane Malik, who's been a rep since 1996, she was defeated by Barrington attorney Jason Knight. A much wider margin in that race, though. Warwick Representative Eileen Naughton, who's had her seat since 1992, she lost by 73 votes to a councilwoman, Camille Wilkinson. And less of a surprise, Providence Representative Thomas Palangio, he lost by 21 votes to a progressive newcomer, Moira Walsh. Palangio, though, has also requested a recount tonight. The next 2 incumbents who lost, State Senator Juan Pichardo, who lost by 97 votes to Anna Quezada. Pichardo had served for 7 terms in Providence. And the last incumbent to lose their seat, Senator William Walaska, who lost by 81 votes to Janine Culkin. This was Walaska's 11th term serving Warwick. Incumbents David Coughlin and Jamie Doyle, they won their races, but their challengers have filed a recount request in those races. 4 of the 6 challengers who won were endorsed by the Rhode Island Progressive Democrats. Eyewitness News political analyst Joe Fleming says not to read too much into the voter overhaul of incumbents, though, because turnout was just so low.
Come November, we're talking about a turnout of 60% of the state of Rhode Island. So you really don't want to read too much into the primary results, because you're going to have a lot more people coming out of the general election, which will have a lot bigger impact on what happens in the General Assembly. I'm sure the Republicans are going to try to run some very good races throughout the state.
So we said it's 6 recount requests. Those are going to be done on Friday, so that's something we're going to keep a close eye on. But the board is going to decide tonight whether or not to grant those recount requests. Coming up on Eyewitness News at 6, we dive closer into the John DeSimone upset and see what it means moving forward. I'm Steve Nielsen, Eyewitness News.